Let's have a chat.
Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god, does it feel good to be back on long form content? Okay, also, I feel like this is the first time I'm letting you guys into my apartment, and we still have a long way to go. Okay, babes? We have a long way to go. This is gonna look even more aesthetic, more beautiful, more better decorated. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, Mama's gonna get a good job though before that, because I don't know why I just naturally have expensive taste. Like, I'll find something on Pinterest that I love and I'm like, that is so fucking cute. And then I go to the website and it's like $3,000 for a coffee table. And I'm like, fuck that. I am not in that financial bracket. I'm not in that tax bracket right now, so I can't afford that. Hey YouTube world, it's Mara and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time watching me. Thank you for sticking around. I really appreciate it. Also, update on the bedazzling of the mic. It's coming along very slowly because I have so many things I'm doing right now, but we'll get there. Today's video, I feel like high key this is like a video to myself to put this out there so I stop repeating this lesson, because I feel like this is a lesson I have been repeating for like the past 6 months, and I finally have just decided to stick to my guns and just fucking learn the goddamn lesson. Anyway, I feel like a mantra that that keeps popping into my brain is stop chasing that which doesn't chase you. And I feel like this can show up for people in so many different ways, but the way that it keeps showing up for me is in relationships and friendships. I feel like in friendships or relationships, I tend to be very much of a giver, and I give so much because I love making people feel seen and validated and heard, and I never want anyone to feel forgotten or unwanted in a friendship or relationship or family setting. I don't know. All of the relations dynamics. So I feel like a lot of times I go out of my way to make that happen for people in any way, shape, or form that I can. And over the past 6 months, really, I feel like I have been processing. Well, I wouldn't say processing. I'd say analyzing and like dissecting my relationships with my therapist, Nora, which I had to put on pause, which really hurts me. But, you know, I'm not in the financial situation to continue to pay for therapy, so it is what it is. We'll be crashing out solo this time. I'm just fucking with you. But it's the truth, okay? I'm just being honest. I have to make light of everything happening in my life, because otherwise the crash out would be even worse. Anyway, I will make another video of just like everything going on wrong in my life. If you guys want to hear that. Anyway, where I was going with that was that I've been analyzing a lot of relationships in my life, and at the beginning of the year, I think I had a lot of emotion attached to it and a lot of hurt. And as I was realizing that my relationships aren't as fulfilling as I thought they were, just in the sense of reciprocality. I don't think that's a word, but reciprocity. And I don't mean that relationships should feel transactional, because I think that is just not a good feeling at all in relationships. But I do feel like you need to have expectations from your friends, and and your family and your like romantic relationships. When you don't, at least for myself, it left me feeling very empty and very unseen and very unvalidated and very unheard. Everything that I was doing for everyone else made me realize I was not getting a single ounce of that back. And at the beginning of the year, I feel like I had so much emotion tied to it and so much hurt. And then it's like I come back to Southern California, I re-inject myself in the same circles that I was in before, hoping for there to be like a little bit of change, a little bit of je ne sais quoi, like people missed you, you know? And just to be let down again of realizing not and I mean this in the kindest way possible, but it's just subjective truth. Like, no one really gives a fuck if you're present or not. And yeah, maybe they ask if, like, where you're at, but I have come to realize that a lot of people tend to want you there just for what you can give them. They want your presence there because you do make them feel seen, you do make them feel heard, you do make them feel validated, so they want you there, but they don't really care about you as a human or soul or being, and that's a very empty feeling. So I feel like I am currently encountering that and just analyzing a lot of relationships in my life of just like feeling, or not feeling, I would even say just analyzing them in the sense of just realizing and waking up and taking off the rose-colored glasses of just like, stop chasing those that don't chase you. I'm like, I'm sure everyone has been in situations where people are making plans right in front of you and then they don't invite you. Don't chase those people. Don't continue to hang around them. Don't try to invite yourself to the plans. Like, as much as it hurts, their true colors are showing. They don't care if you're there or not. And that's fine. I feel like there's also this part of me as I was processing this, or yeah, I guess as I was processing this over the past 6 months, of like a little bit of an ego trip of just like, oh yeah, just wait till I'm absent and they no longer are entitled to my energy and the kindness and love that I give and da-da-da-da. But that's such not a good place to come from. And I'm to a certain extent, I feel like I'm conflicted with this, because a lot of the times that ego trip woundedness does push you to where you need to be. But I feel like in the long run, it does more harm than good, because I think we don't even realize it, but subconsciously you're still chasing that partner, that sibling, that parent, that friendship's validation, because you're going to continue to chase things and people that would make that partner jealous, or would make your mom proud of you, or would make your friends validate you. It's like, blatant example, I feel like most people, when they break up with their partner, they're chasing or trying to attract a new partner that would make their old partner jealous. And it's like, so you are attracting or trying to attract the love of your life based off of everything wrong with the previous partner. Like, you're not gonna find the love of your life. Because it's all coming out of like this subconscious resentment and hatred and anger and disappointment and feeling invalidated and feeling unseen and feeling unlovable and feeling unheard. And it's like, well, no shit, you're just gonna repeat the same cycle. And I feel like that's what I was doing with, where like in my relationships, yeah, I was like, yeah, they'll miss me, they'll notice my absence, they'll care once I'm gone. And it was making me realize that I was chasing things that I thought would make certain people in my life validate me, because now I'm seen as cool in their eyes. Now I'm seeing like this amazing, stellar, amazing. I said amazing too many times. It was only twice, but it just didn't flow right. Now they'll see me as this amazing, stellar, incredible, talented person. And it's like, okay, but do I really want to do that? I would say like 90% of the time, no. Like, yeah, maybe we have similar interests and I am chasing certain things that these people also liked. But it's like, I know that it wasn't truly coming from like my soul and heart, and this is what I want to do. Because I just wanted to feel validated and seen and heard and wanted in these spaces. And the more that I did that, the more that I was really losing everything that made me me. Well, as I'm unpacking this, I'm wondering whether I wanted this. I think I did. I think I did want like a dramatic, I wouldn't say notebook moment, but kind of just like, oh, we want you there. We want you to be there. Da da da. Like, you're important. We want you in these spaces. And the more I remove myself and then reinsert myself and then remove myself and reinsert myself, the more I see that that's not going to happen. And the more I realize I'm just hurting myself from removing myself and reinserting myself instead of just ripping off the band-aid and just Irishing goodbye to these relationships. Like, I'm realizing like not everything has to have this dramatic ending, this end all crying, screaming finale of, and there's honestly also no resentment either. It's just realizing I have outgrown certain relationships in my life. And I think I was clinging on to them for so long, like the past 6 months. I think I was just avoiding that disappointment, avoiding all of the feelings that come with ending relationships in your life and cutting certain people off. It's the disappointment, it's the feeling unwanted, it's the feeling forgotten, it's the feeling of being unlovable, it's the feelings of almost failure, the feelings of being unvalidated and unseen and so easily forgotten. I know I already said forgotten, but I just mean like that, forgettable. And I feel like now more than ever that I feel ready to like cut that band-aid off. What the fuck was that? That was not any sort of figurative language. Now that I feel ready to rip the band-aid off and not attach the ending of relationships to my worth or who I am as a person. And I think that's what kept me removing and reinserting for so long, because I genuinely thought that I genuinely had just attached so much emotion to the relationships around me and to feeling unwanted and feeling unheard and seeing, like, I attached so much of that to my value and what it said about me, instead of just looking at things objectively and stopping chasing the people that weren't chasing me. And granted, I feel like there is a lot of emotion and pain in that, because you realize how much you have done and cared for certain people and seeing how little they did for you. And I think that's always going to hurt, and that's valid. You're allowed to hurt. It's allowed to be painful. But I think where I was taking things too far was just attaching so much value to these relationships and what they said about me as a person. And that's where I was like, I have to stop, because otherwise I'm going to keep removing myself and reinserting myself and removing myself and reinserting myself in situations that literally do not serve me. They do not. And I don't mean that in like a mean way, but it's just I've gotten to a point where I feel I value myself a lot more. And I want relationships and friendships and family dynamics that feel good to me and that don't leave me feeling empty, and they make me feel cared for, and they make me feel seen, and they make me feel validated. And I'm not going to get that until I stop chasing what isn't chasing me. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like that one kind of hit the nail on the head. Is that the right saying? I don't fucking know. I feel like I'm so terrible with figurative language. But also, look at my beautiful coffee cups. They're stunningly gorgeous, amazing. It's matcha, it's not coffee though. But yeah, like, I'm not going to get those fulfilling relationships by continuing to roam the same circles that I was before. And now that I see it, I think I already said this, but I just feel like I've taken off the blindfold, I've taken off the rose-colored glasses, and I just cannot I cannot continue to lie to myself. I cannot continue to be like, yeah, like keep going around, keep showing up for these people that don't give a fuck about you. Woo, girl, you're gonna feel fantastic after that. Like, no. I feel like shit after interactions like that because you go hang out with your family or your friends or your partner, wherever this may be showing up in your life, and you're having these conversations and you realize not a single fucking person is asking a goddamn question about you. They don't care to know what's going on with your life. They don't care to know anything about you. And that's where you're just like, then why the fuck am I here? To be your ear, to listen? Babes, I'm gonna be a therapist. I get paid to do that. Like, no fucking thank you. You are draining me of my life force energy. Just being blatantly true. I'm just kidding. But not really. Ironically, this lesson also popped up in my life as I was going to breakfast with my family, and someone was talking about how someone in their life just can't seem to get over their ex just because they still roam the same friendship groups. They still, and then their friends will tell them about like what their ex is doing and stuff like that. And that person was like, you like, they deserve to give themselves a full chance at love, and like you can't do that until you completely remove yourself from everything that reminds you of that person. And I was like, ooh, that one hit a little too close to home for me, where I was just like, that is so true. I value myself, and I am worthy of fully, and so are like the people that I choose to date. I'm like, they're also fully worthy of receiving a full chance of me being fully present and not continuing to roam the same circles that no longer serve me, and continue to wonder what could have been, what was, what is, what's gonna be. It's like that I feel like I never realized how much that actually takes up so much of my energy. I feel like that enlightened me to the fact of just realizing how much energy it takes. Goddamn. People on my street always doing fireworks. Anyway, how much energy from you that takes to continue to roam the same circles that no longer serve you, and continuing to hear information you don't need to hear, you don't need to know, and how much that impacts your energy. Even though you think it doesn't, I'm like, it absolutely does. Just hearing how your ex is doing and how they're so happy or whatever the situation is, and you're just like, fuck, that's so fucking annoying. Like, you know, it just immediately shifts you, and you don't even mean it to, but it does. And so for me, I feel like I already knew this like 2 years ago, but I just wasn't ready to completely cut everything off. But I knew that that was gonna be the best case scenario. That is how you actually move on. At least for myself. I don't know, I am not someone who can continue to roam the same circles, be in the same presence as people that did me wrong, or we had intimate relationships together and we're no longer like close. Like, I'm just not that person. I feel like I was, and I thought that I could be civil, and I can be civil. That's the thing. I can be civil, but I realize it in the long run, it just hurts me more to continue to involve myself in these situations and keep knowing like, oh, what could have been, what is, what was, what will be. And I don't want that for myself. Like, I genuinely don't want that for myself. I don't want to continue to give brain space to situations that don't enlighten me, that don't fulfill me, that don't care about me, that don't... I don't mean it to sound transactional, but don't do anything for me, you know? I'm like, why? Why am I doing that? Like, that's like, it just sounds so dumb now that I'm saying it. But yeah, I think this is a major lesson that has popped up in my life recently. And it's actually, I guess now that I'm saying this out loud, a lesson that I should have learned like 2 years ago. And even then, I should have learned better or really immersed it in my life like in the last 6 months. And I didn't. And now I'm finally like full conscious brain on, turned all the way on, just detaching the emotions from it and viewing things objectively and realizing I'm giving way more than what I'm getting back. And I literally cannot find those relationships and friendships and partners that do fulfill me and do enlighten me and do care about me so deeply until I let go of what isn't. And that's where I've learned I have to stop chasing what isn't chasing me. That's the tea. Sorry if you hear the buzzing in the background, it's my mini fridge. Yeah. Anyway, it was so nice sitting with you guys on my couch and in my cute little apartment. I can't wait till it's like fully decorated, but like I said, Mama's got to get a good job to be able to decorate how I like. Apart from that, I don't really know when I'll be making the next like long form content video. I feel like right now I'm just making it when I really feel called to talk about something. So yeah, other than that, then I'll be on shorts because I love making shorts and they're so quick and easy, and I love talking to you guys about little blips of life that's happening. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Peace. Oh my gosh, I almost dropped my mic. And blessings, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. I love you guys.